Hello, everyone, and welcome to Where is Xur, IGN's weekly show where we find Xur and we look at his inventory together. I am Ty Guy Travis, and today you can find Xur on Nessus, the Arcadian Valley. He is up here in the Watcher's Grave. Let's go and pay him a visit. Alright, so once you land on Nessus, you're going to want to get on your Sparrow, go straight ahead, and you'll see that tree right in front of you that there's some players hanging out on. That's our destination where we will find Xur. And here we are. Let's go ahead and see what he's got in store for us this week. Alright, so first up we've got Suros Regime. This is an auto rifle. Used to have a place in the meta, now it's kind of just meh. But hey, maybe you need it. Maybe you want to get that regen health. That's pretty useful, especially if you're a new player. You can go ahead and grab that. We've got Knucklehead Radar, great exotic, not a great roll. Ursa Furiosa, same kind of situation, great exotic, not a great roll. And then finally, we've got Starfire Protocol. This roll's okay. 65 is probably the lowest you'd want to go with an exotic, but it's still acceptable. It's not like some of these guys over here, 62s, which is really just bad. Starfire Protocol is also pretty good if you are a solar warlock, which probably fewer of those these days, but still a good one to have in your back pocket, so maybe grab that. Moving on to weapons. Xur actually has some good weapons this week, which I'm very excited about. Dire Promise is not one of them. Triple Tap and Osmosis. Love Triple Tap, Osmosis, Ikelos Hand Cannon. So this is probably my pick this week. The reason is, obviously I love its perk pool. It's got Rapid Hit, which is a great perk for a hand cannon. It's got Golden Tricorn, which, if you haven't played Destiny for a while, this is kind of a newer perk, but it's great. It does final blows with this weapon, grant bonus damage. While this buff is active, grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increase its damage and duration. That's awesome. And then finally, it's got Rasputin's Arsenal, because it's a Rasputin weapon. Breaking a target shield partially reloads this weapon's magazine. It has got Stability Masterwork, which is quite good. It's got an extended mag option. I really like this hand cannon. I think it's probably useful in PvE. I think it's probably useful in PvP. All around, it's good. Plus, it looks cool because it's an Ikelos weapon. So, yeah, that's definitely my top choice this week. Moving on, we've got Brass Attacks. This one's okay. Threat Detector's all right. One for All's all right. Not a great roll overall. Not God tier, but that's okay. Hollow Words, sort of the same situation. I like Vorpal. I like Under Pressure. But, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay. And then we've got Ignition Code. Ignition Code, actually pretty good. I really like Field Prep. Increased ammo reserves, faster reload, stow, and ready when you're crouching. Just useful in general. Isn't the most useful on a grenade launcher? Maybe not. I don't know about shooting a grenade launcher while crouched, but it does have blinding grenades, which is great. Demolitionist, which has got some good synergy, and reload speed, which is probably my favorite masterwork on a grenade launcher where reloading takes forever. So this is a pretty good roll. I would consider picking this up if you need a reliable grenade launcher. Threaded Needle is another one I also like, so lots of pretty good rolls this week. Frenzy is great. Longer you're in combat, more damage you do, better handling, better reload. Clown Cartridge is fantastic for this sort of weapon. It's great. Overfills reserves when you reload. It's also got a reload masterwork, which makes that even better. So yeah, enhanced battery, projection fuse. There's pretty good options here. This is a pretty good roll. I like it. And then finally, we've got Lonesome, which isn't that great of a roll, but that's okay. We forgive Xur. He's done well for us. Moving on, both Hawkmoon and Dead Man's Tale this week are just okay. So we kind of look at these rolls every week, but, you know, it's all right. Alloy Magazine's good. Quick Draw can be good for this weapon. This is an okay roll. Dead Man's Tale, no Vorpal weapon, so I'm already less excited, but it does have Outlaw, which is great. Steady Rounds is all right. Yeah, so okay rolls. We've definitely seen better from Xur. And then finally, let's move on to armor. So armor this week is pretty interesting. I think Titan's got the best situation here, if I'm remembering correctly. First, they've got these gauntlets with 65 overall stats, and they're spiky in intellect. Everywhere else is pretty decent except for strength and mobility. This is a very reliable exotic. I'm excited to pick this one up. We've got the chest armor, which is 62. You can probably skip that. The helmet, which is 63. Probably skip that unless you need a resilience, and 63 is the best you think you can do right now. And then finally the boots. These boots are insane. I've never seen any boots like these before. 30 mobility on a Titan, which, I mean, look, is that good now? No. But we don't really know what's happening in Destiny's future. The meta's always changing. These are great boots to just have in general. They have 30 mobility, 21 discipline. That is so spiky, and it's got 66 overall stat points. So this is a god roll. I mean, whether or not it's not the type of god I want it to be, right? Mobility is really not very useful on Titans, but I don't know if this is going to be useful in the future. And with that said, I'm buying it. And you should too, because those are some good boots. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to our next class, the Warlock. All right, let's take a look at the Warlock's inventory here. All right, so Warlocks did all right this week. They've got a 63 pair of gloves with spiky mobility. Not a great roll, but it's okay. It's spiky at least. They've got these robes that you should not buy with 61 overall stats. They've got this helmet that's okay. 62 is pretty low, to be honest, but it's got 22 resilience and 22 strength. That's so spiky that maybe you'll need it for something, so maybe useful to you. And then finally, they've got these boots with 61 and some okay rolls. So actually, now that I look at it, I think Warlocks, yeah, you guys kind of struck out this week. So Titans and Hunters had much better luck, but if you're a Warlock, sorry, buddy. And with that said, let's move on to Hunters now. All right, and let's take a look at what he's got for Hunters. All right, so Hunters did get some good rolls this week, or I think they just got one. They got these grasps, which are, nothing is spiky here, but they've got 65 overall, and they're just really well balanced. So these could be very good if you've got a roll in mind that requires a little bit of balance here. Only disappointing part is recovery and discipline aren't very, very strong, but everything else is so reliable that it probably will fit in with some build that you have somewhere if you're for your Hunter. So definitely a good one to check out. This one's okay. 28 mobility is fantastic. It's got 63 overall, though, which is all right. If you're building a mobility Hunter, though, this could be perfect for you. With the helmet, well balanced, but it's only 61, so that's a skip. And the boots are 60 with spiky resilience, so that is definitely skip as well. And with that, that's all the armor for all three of our characters here. That's it for this week, everyone. Hopefully this was useful to some of you. We will be here back with Zur next week to look at his inventory once again, as always. And Lightfall's a couple weeks away from where we're at now, so we'll have a review for that as soon as I get my chance to play it and write up my thoughts. And for everything else related to Destiny and Zur, stick with IGN.